All right. Should we start now? Thank you. I had missed out on that. Okay. All right. Are you able to see the slide, which is evolution? One of you, please say okay.
Okay, miss.
Okay. Please mute yourself. All right. So we have discussed about the scope. The chapter's name is Origin and Evolution. We all know the meaning of the word origin. Origin means to begin, to start, something new, to venture into. What is evolution? What is the definition of evolution? Or the word evolution comes from the verb to evolve, to change, to become better. In biological terms, what is the definition of evolution? Evolution is any change in genetic composition of a population over successive generations, often resulting in development of new species. I repeat, any change that will take place. Where will this change take place? This change will take place in the internal makeup और the genetic composition जो अपना अंदर setup है, composition है of genes, there the change will take place. अभी ये change will not be in one single individual या group of individuals. No. This change you will see in an entire population, large numbers. And that will not be just in one generation, it will be over successive generations, which means it will take place, it will be seen in many generations to come. And because of this change that is taking place in a big population over a long period of time, over successive generations, leads to, results in, is responsible for development of a new species. यानी कि evolution क्या है? Evolution वो है जिसकी वजह से एक new species develop होता है. Change in genetic composition in a large population over many generations, because of which a new species is formed. So what is evolution? Evolution is when a new species is formed because of a change that starts from one, goes to many over a period of time in many generations in a population is evolution. Am I clear about this? Please type okay if I'm clear in what I am saying. So now we know the concept of origin, which is to start from where it begins, and evolution, which is change, which leads to new species. Okay. Now, at the start of your chapter, in your textbook, you see certain questions being put up in a box. These questions are: what were the first forms of life? Again, if I ask you, each one year in this group, what is your idea about how the first life must have formed? Each one of you will have something to say that, ma'am, I feel life must have started from one cell, or life must have already been present. Till date, we are answering the simple question for generations together, whether it was first the chicken or whether it was first the egg. And this is the same concept that we are discussing. The first forms of life. Each one of us will come across many theories. We have heard our great grandparents, our parents talking about how first life must have originated. At the same time, if you try to Google or if you try to read some reference books, you also see that there are some other theories also put forth which are quite different from what we have heard. So, this is what we'll be studying in this chapter. We are also aware of the fact that in today's time and age, there are many plants and animals that have become extinct. आज वो नहीं है. But there used to be a time when these plants and animals, these creatures, these organisms used to flourish. If you have seen the movie Jurassic Park series, the kind of plants that are seen there are very much different from the existing plants that we see around us. Also, the animals, I need not talk. There are 4 movies made up. You can just have a look at the movies. The dinosaurs have reigned the earth, have ruled the earth, but today they are not to be seen. Not just that, let us consider so many wild species of plants and animals. In today's times, they are so little in number, and hence we have come or developed a term endangered species. What are endangered species? Those species that have become less in number. Those are in danger and they are on the verge of extinctions. If not taken care of, one fine day, just like the other species, they have the possibility of becoming extinct. They will disappear from this earth. Now, there is another word that is given in your textbook in the first paragraph, which is Lamarck's theory of inheritance of characters. This Lamarck's theory is not there in your syllabus, but you just need to briefly know what is this Lamarck's theory of inheritance of characters. Lamarck was somebody who has very interestingly put forth this idea. He says, listen to it very carefully and it will make sense to you. आपको understand होने में आसानी होगी. Understand. Lamarck says that depending on the use or disuse of any particular character, that character is inherited to the next generation. यानी कि what does this mean? Whether you use it or not use it, your decision will decide whether this character is transferred from one generation to another. Barabar. In our times, we used to use the small Nokia phones, simple ones. But in today's times, our dear students cannot function without an Android app. So because y'all are using, it is there in use. Tomorrow, if you stop using, it will become extinct. In our times, SMS was a great hype. Today, there is so many add-ons to it. So Lamarck's theory says something similar to this. Lamarck's theory says that if you use a character, there is a high possibility that it will be transferred to the next generation. And if you disuse it, if you do not use it, then you are questioning its ability to be transferred to the next generation. The last point that is given here in this box is speciation. As I have already explained in the scope for this chapter, what is speciation? We all come to Nirmala Niketan College with an idea that, okay, I want to excel at TY BSc level in one particular subject. But gradually, due to various changes, you eventually end up in a different subject altogether diverse from the one that you selected because of your interest. Same thing can happen in speciation. They all start to evolve. All animals have started evolving from one cell. But in this course of evolution, क्या हुआ है, हमको जैसे चेंज करना था हम वैसे चेंज हो गए. द वे वी वांटेड टू डाइवर्सिफाई, द वे वी वांटेड टू चेंज, we decided our evolution, and depending on the choices that we made, we became the species of our own kind. And that's the reason today we are so very different from the other organisms found on this earth, because we have evolved, we have worked hard to be where we are today. Okay, all right. Girls, is this clear so far, whatever is being said? I would want one of you all to answer, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Kindly mute yourself. We will continue with the lecture. Can you see the screen origin and evolution? Do you see this? Someone
Yes.
please reply. Okay, please mute yourselves, all of you. That is the first requirement. Okay. The next point that they have discussed in this chapter is what are the attributes of living matter. आप भी बोलोगे, you all will also say कि ma'am, you are talking about living matter, you are talking about how life has evolved on this earth. लेकिन ये living matter अगर है, वो living matter क्यों living है? Why is it in living form? Why do you say that we are living beings? There are some characters that make us living beings. First one is responsiveness. What is responsiveness? We all have the ability to respond, to react, correct, to a stimuli. Second is growth. We all grow or show growth in various forms. Third one is metabolic activities are carried out in our body. And another character or distinguishing remarkable characters of living organisms is to reproduce, to multiply, to increase in number. So if you have these traits of responsiveness, growth, metabolism you show, and you have the ability to reproduce, you become a living entity, you become a living individual. Okay, all right. This is a brief introduction about the chapter. The chapter is lengthy. There could be places, spaces in the lecture where you may say, oh God, this is becoming like one gyan. And moreover, with Sheetal ma'am at the other end and we sitting in a comfort zones, it could become little complicated. But you ensure yourselves and make it a point to pay attention. The next point is actually where a question could be asked about the theories of origin of life on earth. We, each one of us, has the choice to be free. That is a fundamental right, a freedom to be free, correct? And thereby, based on this one idea, various theories have been put forth. Scientists do not say that one particular theory is responsible for origin of life. कोई एक चीज पकड़ के आप नहीं चलो. There are many theories put forth by many scientists. And these theories, in their own possible way, talk about the origin of life. कोई कुछ बोलता है, कोई कुछ बोलता है. हर एक के पास कुछ ना कुछ बोलने के लिए होता है. Similarly, these theories also have something to talk about. These theories help us to understand how life must have originated on this earth. Now, if I put up a theory, obviously I will talk about all positive points. But tomorrow, one of you comes up and says, ma'am, I don't approve of this theory. Obviously, again, if you don't approve of the theory, what is the thing that you will talk about? Positive points ki negative points? Negative points. So if I talk about positive points for a theory, they become the merits of the theory. Statements that support the theory. And you come and oppose this theory, then you come up with demerits of the theory. Similarly, each of the theory has its merits and its demerits. Let us try to understand the first theory. The first theory that is put forth in your textbook is the theory of special creation. This is the oldest theory that is put forth. It's been there since ages. Believe me, the textbook says, and many other reference books say, that this theory is one of the most widely accepted theories. ये theory accept करने में भी easy है, belief में भी easy है. बहुत सारे लोग इसको believe भी करते हैं. क्या है ये theory? The theory of special creation of life. This theory talks about life is being created by some supernatural power. According to this theory, इस theory के हिसाब से, what do we talk about? That yes, there is life on earth, but this life on earth is created by some divine energy. Ask me and I can tell you. So many holy scriptures, holy books put up, followed by so many religions talk about this theory, how God made, or the divine energy made man and woman, and from there on there was prosperity of life. Life came into existence. Supernatural theory, though believed, doesn't support scientific belief. Tomorrow you might come and say, no, ma'am. Or I may also say that, see, we have holy scriptures, but those are our belief systems. Science says that there is not much evidence for this. Of course, again, everything depends on our belief system. So this special creation theory talks about a supernatural power or divine energy responsible for this life that has come on this earth and flourished. The next theory. Just a second. By the yes. Okay. The next theory is the theory of abiogenesis. Yes, abiogenesis. The word itself, ये chapter में, there are many new words being introduced. If you try to understand the word, you will understand the concept. Understand. Let's break the word. Abiogenesis. Genesis, which means beginning. Bio, which means life, from life. And means without life. यानी कि ये theory क्या बोलता है? This theory talks about how life came from non-living form. This theory says that life originated on this earth from something that was non-living, something that didn't have life in it. And this theory talks about whatever was available came together to form life. According to this theory, life originated from non-living material spontaneously, all of a sudden, suddenly. This theory was criticized heavily by scientists. Scientists बोलने लगे, अरे, how can life come from non-living forms? कुछ तो उसको चाहिए base. Fine. We understand how life propagated because of this theory. This theory helps us in understanding the continuity of life. चलो, एक species है, reproduce करके next form हो गया. We understand that. But what about the first life on this earth? This theory was not in position to explain or give evidence about the first life on this earth. The other theories put forth by various scientists, and now which you need to study in detail, which have substantial concrete matter in your textbook, यानी कि उतना information है कि हम detail में पढ़ सकते हैं, are the theories of panspermia, biogenesis, and chemical evolution. Now, my dear girls, from here on, you really need to nail it. You need to really pay attention to understand panspermia theory of life, biogenesis theory of life, and chemical evolution of life. Okay, fine. Okay. I would want y'all to unmute yourself, but one person at a time, and give me your feedback about how you felt about this lecture till now, till this very moment. So I would want, say, 5 people to comment in one line whether you have understood things or what was it, any change that is required. Yes, please. I would want to know your name first. Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Amatullah, say. I can see your hand. Please raise your hand. I'll call out your name and then you can speak. You see that hand symbol there? Yes, Amatullah.
Ma'am, the explanation of yours was very good and I understood everything of your PPT and all.
Okay.
I have some question about what is speciation? Speciation or speciation?
Speciation, no? Okay,
Speciation.
fine. So what you can do is towards the end of the lecture, you write down, I will say question session. That time you write down your question. I'll come back and answer your question. Okay, Amatullah?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, fine. And yeah, most welcome, beta. Anybody else? One more person. I would want somebody to comment something. Hello. I can see Insia, Pavitri, Adib. Yes, Adiba.
Ma'am, your lecture was very interesting and your explanation was very nice. There is
Okay.
nothing that it was difficult.
Okay, okay. So you have understood, right? That is my main concern. See, more than the praise, my main concern is that you should understand. Huda, would you like to say something, beta?
Ma'am, your lecture was very good. I understood everything.
Great, great. I'm very happy
Thank
about
you.
it. Yes, Dwiti, you want to say something, beta? I can just see you there, your hand.
Ma'am, understood everything. Your
Great,
explanation is
great,
very good and the pace
great.
is
So
good.
pace, yeah, that is more important. Fine. Okay, all right. So thank you for your comments, but we cannot waste more time than this on the comments. I request you all, Humaira, I can see your hand, but I'll come back to you a little later. Let's continue with the lecture. I request you all to kindly mute yourself so that we start with something interesting now. Everyone, please mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself, girls. Yeah, please mute yourselves. It will be of great help to me. I can still hear somebody's device making noise there. Please mute yourself, girls.
Some Sakina is there.
Sakina, please mute yourself, beta. Thank you very much, Sakina. Okay, all right. Let's begin. Okay, I would want you to share something with you all. One minute. Okay. Do you see a video now? One of you please answer. Do you see a video? Do you see something on screen?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, ठीक है. Just give me a second.
Ma'am, we can see thumbnails.
Okay, 1 second. Stop sharing. Just give me a second. Now do you see?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
अरे 1 minute हाँ बच्चस. और एक बार ट्राई करती हूँ. A very interesting video that I've got, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. It will make it simple. अभी देखो. Is it visible?
No, ma'am. No.
No, ma'am.
एक मिनट आएगा. रुको. You don't see a video now? Theories of life.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No.
अरे okay, 1 second. Yesterday when I shared, now it will come. 1 second. Now, what do you say? Do you see some plants?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see a video?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Great. Okay, great. Very nice. All right, let's begin. Okay. Now this one video, I will forward this video also in the group, okay, for both the classes. This one video talks about the major theories, that is the panspermia theory, spontaneous generation theory, biogenesis theory, and in parts chemical theory, okay. Let's try to understand each one. Aram se we will try to understand each of the theory so that we understand the difference. Let's start with the first theory. The first theory that we are going to discuss now is the theory of panspermia, also called as the cosmozoic theory. See, if you understand the word, it will be very easy for you to grasp the concept. And once the concept is clear, it becomes very easy. Panspermia theory or the cosmozoic theory, as the name suggests, is a theory that talks about life. Abhi, from where did this life come is the key to this. This theory talks about life that came on this earth, but not from earth. This theory, panspermia or cosmozoa theory, is a theory which says or which propagates, which expounds that life came from anywhere else but the earth. कहीं से भी आया लेकिन अर्थ से नहीं आया. It must have come from the external space, which means there is a possibility that it could have come from some other planet. Cosmozoa, cosmos से आया है. External surface beyond the earth is from where life has traveled. So according to this theory, panspermia, or cosmozoic theory, which is the oldest theory which was founded by Greek scientists, the Greek thinkers. This theory explains that unit of life which are called as spores. These spores were transferred to different planets. Panspermia believes that the seeds of life existed all over the universe, and one such seed has traveled to the earth, deposited itself on the earth, and is responsible for all of life on this earth. Today also, this theory generates a lot of interest. Would one of you just think, rather each one of you, think in your minds, ki why does this theory talk about, this theory is of so much interest till date. See, life outside Earth has always fascinated us. है कि नहीं? We have always been extremely interested with the idea of aliens, extraterrestrial life which is on other planets. Is there a possibility? ये सारी चीजें हमें बहुत fascinate करती है. And that's the reason the panspermia theory, which talks or propagates कि कहीं और से life आया है, is holding so much of weight till date. Ki yeah, there could be a possibility somewhere else. No, there must be somebody living there, and from there on, life has come. Is that clear? Yes, just type okay if you're fine with this. So, panspermia theory talks about life that came from some other place and not Earth. One more theory is there, which is the theory of spontaneous generation, the theory of abiogenesis, जो हमने थोड़ा सा पढ़ा है अभी. Spontaneous generation theory का तुम लोगों के जैसा थोड़ा थोड़ा हाल है, कभी कभी, हाँ, not always. एग्जाम आएगा ना, हम पढ़ेंगे. Yes or no? हाँ, now don't smile there. Correct? Yes. Spontaneous theory, what does it talk about? Another belief, that is the spontaneous theory belief, talks that life arose, life came from inanimate things, things that were non-living. This theory of spontaneous generation assumes, believes that life came out of non-living, decaying and rotting matter. ऐसे चीजों से लाइफ आया है जो कि लिविंग बिल्कुल नहीं है. अभी व्हाट कुड बी द डीकेइंग एंड रॉटिंग मैटर? टेल मी. इट कुड बी स्टोन्स, इट कुड बी मड, इट कुड बी सैंड. This theory was supported, propagated, accepted, and believed by a famous Greek thinker and philosopher, which you all are aware about, where he talks that life has definitely come from non-living beings. Sand se first organisms were formed. And who is this famous Greek scientist? He is Aristotle. He believed that spontaneously life has come into existence. Another scientist, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, also said that yes, I also support this theory of spontaneous generation. Why? One scientist whose name is not given in your textbook, John Needham, he carried out an experiment. और उस experiment में उसने क्या किया? Interesting. He boiled chicken broth. Obviously, boil करने के बाद he sealed it. After some days, he found some microorganisms in this chicken broth. अरे पर seal किया है, ऊपर से boil भी किया है. Still there was life. How is it possible? This means that spontaneously some life suddenly has come into existence according to the spontaneous generation theory. Two theories we have seen so far here on this page. One, panspermia theory, to spontaneous theory. Okay, is that clear? This theory of spontaneous generation was very much in vogue, very much in style. It is so much fascinating to know, अरे, all of a sudden कुछ हो जाता है and life comes into existence. Until there was somebody who came and challenged it. Somebody who came and say, अरे, how can all of a sudden life come into existence? कुछ तो basis होना चाहिए. Correct? Yes. And this fellow was Rudolf Fier Hall by the name, who challenged this theory. He said, listen, all of a sudden life nahi aa sakta. This fellow. If there is life that has come into existence, it is because of cellular acellular or omnis cellular acellular, which means एक सेल से दूसरा सेल क्रिएट हुआ है. This theory was accepted, but at the same time, it was criticized. And why was it criticized? This theory was criticized because you are talking only about reproduction part. कि एक सेल है तो सेकेंड सेल उससे रिप्रोड्यूस होता है. But what about the first cell on this earth? वो तो कैसे आता है? That you don't mention. It was discarded. It was not accepted because this theory expounded that living cells can arise from pre-existing cells जो already है उससे तैयार हो सकता है. But where is the first cell coming into existence? Nobody could prove that. Later on, there was one man. This is the guy whose quote I had put before when I started with the lecture. Very interesting to note. Girls, you should know about this guy. He says that the germ is nothing. This is the guy who put forth that you should go on Google and try to find out his quotes. He says the germ is nothing, but the terrain is everything. You sit wherever you want. You may sit on the last bench also. But if you decide that I am going to pay attention to the class, then nobody, nothing on this earth can stop you from doing it. That is what it means. Also, one more quote, very interesting and fascinating, I find out Louis Pasteur is, he said to his wife that you always complain that I keep on staying awake whole night studying and whole day I am busy. But believe me, this being busy and doing hard work will one day make not just me but also you very famous. And it is so true. He became famous, and for what? This Louis Pasteur, a French biologist, a microbiologist, a chemist, and a renowned scientist, is quite famous for his discoveries. On what? On vaccination, microbial fermentation, pasteurization. He is today remembered through all times and ages for his remarkable breakthrough in causes and prevention of diseases. Louis Pasteur was born on 27th of December, and Louis Pasteur came in style and gave one theory and slapped it on the face of every scientist and said, disapprove your theory except mine. Why? Because I have evidence to prove it. Let us try to see. Louis Pasteur proved the theory of biogenesis. He forever silenced the advocates of spontaneous theory of life. His experiments, he used a flask, and what did he do to it? He sterilized this flask and he introduced killed yeast in it. And then he sealed it. There was no life that was seen. After some time, there was a slight change that he did. He took the flask, killed yeast introduced to it, and he kept it open. Because he kept it open, there was growth that was seen. in this flask. The sealed flask did not show life. On the contrary, the exposed killed yeast that was exposed to air surprisingly showed microorganisms that were found in the flask. Thereby, he concluded that there is something that is present in that air that is responsible for life on that or in that environment. Is that clear with each one of you, this theory? Okay, fine. Now the last one and the most in detail, why? Because it is given in detail in the textbook, is the theory of chemical evolution of life. If you see this theory, which goes from page number 94 to 95 in your textbook, is the chemical evolution theory. Okay, is that clear? Now this theory we shall start in the next lecture, because I guess it is 12:21 and we started at 12:20 somewhere. In the 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes, we will have a brief discussion about the concepts that we have studied, and also I will answer your queries and questions. I would want you all, I request you to unmute yourself one by one, and if there is any query, I would want you to come forward and ask me. Yes.
Ma'am, who's this? Can you
May I know your
explain?
name?
Zoya.
Yes, Zoya. Zoya,
Ma'am,
1 second. Before that, 1 minute. Before that, there was Humaira or Amatullah, I think, who wanted to know about speciation, if I'm not wrong. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Amatullah, right? Okay, fine. Please mute yourself. I'll answer to this question. Just give me a second. Okay. What is speciation, if you ask me? Speciation or speciation, one and the same, is the evolutionary process, is the journey of an organism, of an individual, of a living form, by which populations, large number of individuals evolve to become distinct species. This word speciation was coined यानी put forth, stated, first time used in the year 1906, which helped us to understand कि if there is some change that is taking place within a group of individuals in a large population, it will eventually lead to formation of species. This is a possibility. होगा ही होगा, नहीं बोल सकते, लेकिन अगर ऐसे चेंज होते रहे, then there is a possibility that a new species could be evolved. Have I answered it to the best of my ability? Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Yes, somebody for some question. There was one more child who was about to say something and I interrupted her. Who was that? Just before Amatullah, there was somebody who wanted to say something. कौन था? Just raise your hands if there is anything that you would want to say. Okay, fine. I assume that you have understood whatever we have discussed so far. I look forward. Yes, who's this?
Ma'am, I'm Amatullah only. Ma'am, I have one more question. After you completed another PPT or video on that theories.
बोल बेटा.
Ma'am, we discuss about spontaneously and scientist Louis Pasteur, right? About yeast that no life is existed, and then the microorganisms start living in the air, and he concluded the air has something present in it to that which the non-living organisms start to be
One minute,
furthering
yeah, one
living.
minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I hope the others are also aware of what she's saying and understanding what she's trying to say. Please try to understand this. Let this be a two-way conversation and not that just one child speaking. Yes, continue.
So, ma'am, in these all of the scientists that given their theories, I want to know that which is the most important theory. Means, as Louis Pasteur has been prominent on his theories, and we are studying on his theory. So,
Hmm.
when you just noticed means spotted about scientist Aristotle
Okay,
something.
okay. 1 second. You are just kind of, prolonging the question. Let me reframe it. What you want to ask me is, कि इसमें से of all the theories that we have studied so far, which one holds the strongest grounds? बराबर? यानी
Yes,
कि
yes.
सबसे important कौन सा है? See, you cannot pick up one theory as such and say that this is what is the most accepted. Each of the theories has its plus points, each of the theories has its merits, and that is why they are accepted. This is a general information when we are talking. But see, why are we conducting this lecture? So that it becomes easy for you to appear for HSC exams, right? So if you have to appear for HSC exams, the questions that will be asked will be from the textbook, depending on the content that is given in the textbook. So whatever more content is there, a bigger question, probably a possibility. Whatever is lesser, a smaller question maybe in the form of an MCQ. So I would just request you, I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong, but I would request you to study chapter wise, weightage wise, question wise. What question is expected, which I'll be giving you again the questions towards the end of the lecture, maybe the next lecture, because we'll have substantial concrete matter completed by then. So you need to study from exam point of view is my point. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. There is one thing I would want you all to just write down the question so it becomes easy for me to answer. Huda is asking me, can we buy digest or any other key book so that we can start learning answers? I personally, Humera, I can see your hand being raised. Why don't you type the question? Will become easy for me to answer. To say that will save our time. See, I prefer digest for the simple fact that in irrespective of the publication, simple fact that it has everything in detail. You don't need to refer any other book. But if you ask me the best book, the textbook. Spoon feeding is done via digest. I agree, admit that fact. But the textbook also, if you thoroughly study, know, and if you know what is given on which page number, more than enough. Tentatively, I am saying word to word ratta nahi. Lekin if tentatively also you know what is given where, it's more than enough. Yes, Humera, you wanted to ask me something. Why don't you type it there, beta? Anybody with any question? Have you all followed today's lecture, girls? Now you can unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, great.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
nice. That's nice. It has been a wonderful experience, at least for me. I don't know how it is for you. You may always type a comment there in the chat box and let me know your feedback. One more thing is, 1 second. I would want to share something with you all. Mm, the last part, and then we end with this. I have made an assignment for you all. I would want you to create 1 second. SF. I don't see it right now. I'll get back to you. I'll forward it. I'll post it on the group. Okay. So you can just go through it. They're basically just 2-3 questions that I have added that I would want you all to just see. I hope you all have understood today's lecture. We have been comparatively slower.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, like up till now in the 10th set, we had studied this Jean-Baptiste Lamarck and Darwin theory, which were accepted. So now we have to study this Louis Pasteur's theory.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Louis Pasteur's theory, you are accepting and kind of hailing and putting it on head and saying that this is one of the best. Wait for my next lecture. There is something I wanted to start with it now, but it's chemical evolution. So I don't want to leave it halfway. Wait for my next lecture and you will say, let's just leave Louis Pasteur a little behind. Let's go and let's propagate Oparin Haldane theory of chemical evolution, which is widely accepted. So each of the theory, I would say, in parts is accepted, not one theory as such. There is a lot that we are doing. Just go through the chapter and see. This is just the beginning. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
One second. Just give me a minute, beta. I just want to download the attendance. Okay, done. Fine. Downloading is done. I have taken the attendance. I'll just stop. On that note, we shall end for today. It was
No, ma'am.
nice. Yes. Tell me.
Sorry for interruption, ma'am, but you were just giving us some question
Exactly.
related to this.
Yes. I know that I was trying to put up an assignment, but it's not getting opened here for some reason. I'll post it on that's what I said. I'll post it on the home page. Okay.
Sorry.
One second. I'll just stop this recording first.